Morning. Yeah, let's cut the music. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all sorry for the raspiness in my throat this morning, guys. I'm still recovering over here. So we're gonna get through it. I'm sucking on a cough lozenge this morning to kind of numb my throat just a little bit. Because I've been coughing a lot last night too. But we're gonna get through it, guys. Y'all know I'm gonna push through her. So we're gonna get through the show, honey. We're gonna get through the show. I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. Why I feel like Friday? Does it feel like Friday to you guys? Maybe because my ass been off all week sick. I don't know. But happy Thursday to you all. Happy Thursday to you all. We got a great show. I got a lot of great topics to run through for you guys this morning. I hope you guys all hit the like button. Thank you all for being here. I would go down the line and call you all, but I want to kind of save my voice for the show. Okay, I don't want to do too much because I was coughing bad last night, y'all. Ooh, but we gonna get through it. All right, so let's get started. Going across my screen, everything said in the video is alleged, in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment, as you can see. Thank you all again for being here. Okay. All right. So there is a Lunchables recall. Okay, y'all know we like to do celebrity news first, so we're gonna get through that first. So hopefully you guys got your coffee and your tea. As you guys can see, I got mine, and you're getting or you got where you need to be. All right. Safely this morning. Godspeed to you all. All right, so let's get into celebrity news first. All right, so Lunchables recall. There's a Lunchables recall, okay? For those of you that buy Lunchables for your kids, I'm going to pull back on that now that I'm finding this out. Lunchables seem to be kind of dangerous right now. So for those of you parents that buy Lunchables, or if you eat Lunchables yourself, let's go ahead and get into it so you guys can be in the know of what is going on with the Lunchables, you guys. Okay, cute little snack that you buy for your kids. It's got a little ham, cheese, and crackers up in there. Let's go ahead and get into that so you guys will know what is going on, so you can pull that from your grocery list until they figure out what is going on with these damn Lunchables. Because this child, you about can't eat nothing now. You just about can't eat anything now with them always recalling. Like at one point it was fruit, and I'm a fruit eater. I love fruit. Okay. They had to pull cantaloupe for a while. I like cantaloupe. They had to pull fruit for a while because it was so much going on with contaminations and stuff. So let's get into this about this Lunchable stuff. It says heads up that Lunchables found to have alarming amounts of lead in its snack kits. Okay. Yeah, somebody said I eat fruit for breakfast. I do too. I like fruit. I love fruit. Okay, I always eat some type of fruit in the morning with mine. Y'all know I do the thick cut bacon. That's my thing in the morning. Thick cut bacon. I may do some juice or I drink a bottle of water, but I definitely have to have some fruit. It kind of helps me, I guess, move along, if you will. It kind of keeps me natural. Okay. All right, so it says that Lunchables may no longer be a good snack option for kids, you guys. It says that Lunchables prepackaged box of deli meat, cheeses, and crackers have been found to contain troublesome levels of lead and sodium, according to Consumer Reports. Okay, now it says that CBS News explains that the advocacy group tested Lunchables made by Kraft Heinz and as well as similar lunch and snack kits from other manufacturers, finding cause for concern in the products popular for decades as a convenient snack for lunch for children. Okay. My God. Says that there's a lot to be concerned about in these kits, according to Amy Keating, a registered dietitian at CR. Okay. And caramel rail? Oh, I don't know. Says that there are highly processed and regularly eaten processed meats and main ingredients and many of these products has been linked to increased risk of some cancers. Okay. So who knew that Lunchables could cause cancer, y'all? Y'all hearing that? And it's listed as having very high sodium, so that's probably not a great direction to take when you're packing your kids lunch. Sometimes I was sending my son some Lunchables because he liked them, but now he ain't gonna be getting them no more. Y'all know they have the ones, he likes the ones with the nuggets, and he does do the ones with the ham and turkey, but we won't be buying that anymore till they figure this out, what's going, in terms of what's going on with this Lunchable stuff. There's plenty of other things he can take to school for lunch. But Lunchables, guys, you may want to pull Lunchables from your kids' snacks for now until they figure all of this out, because it's a hot damn mess, child. Ooh, anybody got time to be having cancer over no damn Lunchable? But that is it, and that is all for that topic. Okay, let's move on, honey, because there is more. There is more. Gloria Williams said, what? Yes, girl. Lunchables are made. Yes. I see. Thank you, Miss Washington, for putting that up. Lunchables are made with bio engineered products. Anyway, yeah. Says, yeah. So says that dang, we ain't gonna be able to eat anything pretty soon. Right, Maria? We ain't gonna be able to eat nothing soon. That's why shout out to Tea Talk with your girl. Y'all know she is encouraging people over there to start doing like gardening, start growing your own food. That's what it's going to come down to here really soon, with them continuing to put all this processed stuff into the foods out there. It's going to come down to you having to have a whole garden in your backyard and just growing your own food to make sure that all the additives and things that they put into foods nowadays, that your food is safe to eat. It's sad. They're always pumping something into these foods. Like if you go like chicken, if you buy like packs of chicken and it's like huge, I don't buy chicken when it looks like that. You know, they be pumping steroids and stuff into the meat now. When you eat that, that stuff goes into your body. So you have to be very careful when you're purchasing stuff. Turkey, I like turkey wings. If I see the turkey wings, it's like huge. I'll be like, okay, no, that's giving steroids right there. Like, no. So I said, I like that hairstyle. I promise you this took me like not even 5 minutes. Like I just held my head down, pulled it up in a ponytail and just whipped it around. And there was no effort this morning, but I appreciate it. This beat was no effort this morning, like something quick. And I just hopped online because I don't come online looking crazy. But thank you so much, Miss Classy Type Lady. Okay. I appreciate you, dear. I appreciate you, dear. All right, but let's move on, guys. Let's move on because I do have an update. I told you guys I was going to keep my ear to the streets, honey. Y'all remember the topic we talked about, I want to say day before yesterday, when the two guys were in a situation where one was stalking the other when he went to a bar and he stalked him. There were several restraining orders out against this guy. He unalived his boyfriend after following him to his apartment. You guys remember we talked about that. So we do have an update on that. Okay, let's get into it. He has been apprehended. Let's go ahead and share screen so you guys can see it, because y'all know that he unalived his lover and then he kind of hit the road and was like running, and they were looking for him. They had a warrant out for this guy. So they finally caught up to him. Thank God. The family was crying and said, hey, please turn yourself in. You killed, you unalived our loved one. You need to be, held accountable. The little girl was crying and everything. So, can you guys see my screen? So it says there's an update that the suspect in Mississippi unaliving is now in police custody. Okay, thank God. Says it's so sad that a Mississippi man is powed down by a former lover after the ex continuously stalked him in spite having multiple restraining orders. It says that the suspect was still on the run. He has now been caught. As you guys can see here, they've apprehended him. All right. Let's move to the next tab.
Of the victim, Carlos Collins, met up at their family home to reflect on what has happened since early this morning when they got the news. 12 News' Cameron Smith spoke with the family following their major loss.
I would have rather him shoot me, beat me with an axe. Not my baby. Not him.
Ashla Hudson, the mother of Carlos, says her son was killed by
Marcus Johnson, an ex-boyfriend of his, and who Carlos had restraining order on.
Hudson says Johnson
followed my son to M-Bar.
And Marcus was sitting in a booth behind him. Hudson says Carlos filed a restraining order against Johnson, and some of her family members asked Marcus to leave that evening.
That's when security was alert.
Now, family members of the victim, Carlos Collins, met up at their family home to reflect on what has happened.
So they just talked about it. So this guy here, Marcus Johnson, we had already talked about this topic. He was an ex-police officer. Not sure what happened to where he got kicked off the force, but he is an ex-police officer. So now he is going to prison for unaliving his ex-lover, which is up here, Carlos Collins, who was 25. Marcus Johnson was his lover. I don't know how I missed it the first time when I heard this. He actually went into the M-Bar where the guy was sitting in a booth, as you guys just heard, and was sitting in a booth behind him. That's just how much he was stalking him. So he was probably there on a date, or he probably saw and or heard a conversation with him talking to somebody else, having drinks or whatever. And he decided, oh, I'm going to follow him and, unalive him, which is so sad. So after he did that, he did go on the run, and then, they did catch up to him. So he has been apprehended. Thank God. So the family can get some peace and some justice behind this situation. Okay. So again, guys, if anyone is dealing with any type of DV, in any form, definitely make sure you do your due diligence, file police reports, restraining orders, whatever it is that you need to do, and always stay on alert, because just because you file a restraining order, it doesn't mean that you are still in a safe place. As you can see, this guy had multiple and he's not here anymore. So definitely follow up, follow through, and take the necessary steps and actions that you need to take in order to protect yourself from crazy psychos like that. Because sometimes you have those jilted lovers who don't like to let go, like Martel. Look how he stalked Mel for a whole 4 years and he still ain't really let go. So you have to watch people like that, because they become very calculating, and they do a lot of premeditated things. I feel like, and I said the other day when we talked about this, I felt like this situation where he unalived him, it was premeditated. You followed him, you sat back and watched him, you stalked him. So in your mind, you had already created in your mind what you wanted to do in order to end this person, because they didn't want you anymore. And you have people like that. If I can't have you, nobody else will. And you have to be very cognizant of the type of people that you meet and or give your time to, because you can wind up in situations as such. All right, let's move on. That's so sad. That is so sad. That is so sad. I hate to hear that. Okay, you can't even fall in love nowadays without people going too damn far. Jesus. All right, let's see what this person said, because this looks serious. It says one of Carlos' neighbors said that on the news that he put up cameras on an empty apartment to watch him as well, allegedly. Child, it would not surprise me. If you followed him to a bar and sat in a booth behind him, it don't get no more crazy than that. And you know you got multiple restraining orders against you. You don't give a damn at this point to go in the place where you're not even supposed to be within, I'm sure, a few feet. Because y'all know how it be when you get a restraining order. You're not supposed to be within so many feet of that person. So for you to sit directly behind this person in a booth, you are bold. You bold. You bold. And then the fact that they wouldn't do anything, they were saying that it was told to the police that there was a restraining order. They didn't even do anything, because they said, we don't have the physical paperwork here to enforce the restraining order. So you got to ride. It's sad you got to ride around or have it in your damn back pocket just in case this person pop up on your ass and say, hey, look, I got a restraining order right here. Get this person the hell away from me, because he's dangerous. So if you don't have that, I mean, what do? You just risk something being done to you because you don't carry around a paper that the courts, that should be like in the system, say, hey, this is this person's name. Go look it up, pull it up in your computer. You can pull up warrants. If a person got a warrant, you can go right there and pull up that warrant and find out that they're wanted. So why do they not have this type of stuff in the system when a person have restraining orders against them and a person calls and say, hey, I got a restraining order against a person and they're stalking me? Police should be able to go pull it up right there and arrest them on site. Don't be sitting there saying, okay, do you have the paperwork so we can, look it over just to see? Child, bye. Anybody got time for that shit? If I'm running out to the store real quick, I ain't say, okay, I got my purse, I got my keys, I got my restraining order. Like, who is thinking that? I'm sorry, y'all. Who is thinking that? I got my keys, my purse, I got whatever else I need. I got my pow, whatever it is that you carry with you when you walk out the door. Oh, and don't let me walk out the door without my restraining order, just in case a crazy motherfucker want to pop up on me while I'm out and about at Walmart. Like, anyway, I got time for that shit. But glad he was apprehended. All right, bottom line. Let's move on, honey, to the next topic. I said, I know, right? I said, why can't you just, right, just pull up. Nobody got time to be going through all that paperwork. Shit, my life is on the line. I ain't got time for that. All right, moving on, honey. An astrology influencer stabs the boyfriend, unaliving him, and then pushes her kids out of a moving car before taking her own life. This is a family tragedy. Trigger warning. Let's talk about it, guys. We're trying to get into other topics. I told you guys, I'm going to be adding other topics over here. Some stuff is going to be triggering. Some stuff is going to be funny. Some stuff is going to be making you aware. You guys already know we talk about medical stuff. We talk about everything, not just Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm trying to kind of steer away from too much of that because there's so many other things to talk about, and I don't want you guys to get bored. So we're going to be talking about some triggering things. We're going to be talking about some things that you guys may think is gross. We're going to be talking about love over here, relationship stuff, everything. You're going to get it all right here on the show. But let's get into this topic, because when I saw it, I said, my God, this is, child, these people is crazy out here. All right, but let's make you guys aware, because you never know what somebody is dealing with and or going through. So you want to always try to incorporate different topics in order to help somebody else, okay? Because you never know, honey. Somebody at some point may deal with something dealing with DV. Okay, and we want to talk about it on here so we can make awareness. All right, So as you guys can see, shout out to the Jasmine brand astrology influencer Stobbs, honey. I say Stobbs because we want to have safe words. Her boyfriend unaliving them, pushing the kids out of a moving car before taking her own life. Let's let the news talk about it first, and then we'll kind of recap a little bit. All right, let's back that thing up and go forward so we can hear from the beginning.
3 people dead, including an 8-month-old baby. The family tragedy unfolding on Monday on 3 separate locations. Now we're seeing how the events unfolded hour by hour. It all started in Woodland Hills at 3:40 in the morning. The LAPD says the suspect, Danielle Johnson, got into an argument with her partner, Jalen Cheney, stabbing him to death. The mother then fled the scene with her 2 children. 50 minutes later, 4:30 a.m., Johnson was driving on the 405 freeway in Westchester when police say the girls were thrown out of the vehicle. The baby was hit by a car and killed.
Jesus.
Half an hour later at 5 in the morning, Johnson was speeding in the city of Redondo Beach. She crashed into a tree and died. Our Leanne Suter has been closely following this story. Leanne, the sole survivor of this tragedy was the older sister.
Absolutely, Mark. Heartbreaking details coming out about this horrific tragedy. That sole survivor, just 9 years old, apparently witnessing almost all of the deadly violence. A deadly end to a trail of violence as the mother behind the wheel of this crumpled Porsche Cayenne is
Suicide that left 3 people dead,
Lord have
including an
mercy.
8-month-old baby.
All right, this is a praying time. All right. Praying times. This says that this eclipse is the epitome of spiritual warfare. It says get your protection on and your heart in the right place. It says that the world is very obviously changing right now, and if you ever needed to pick a side, the time to do right in your life is now. Stay strong that you got this. This is what this person had to say. Says wake up to the apocalypse. Why I can't say that this morning? Is here. Said everyone who has ears listen. Says your time to choose what you believe is now. If you believe a new world is possible for the people right now, says that there is power in choice. There is power in choice. Supposed to make the choice for the collective. Okay, girl. All right then. All right, so let's get back to this topic, honey.
Suicide that left 3 people dead,
one more time,
including an 8-month-old baby. The family tragedy unfolding on Monday on 3 separate locations. Now we're seeing how the events unfolded hour by hour. It all started in Woodland Hills at 3:40 in the morning. The LAPD says the suspect, Danielle Johnson, got into an argument with her partner, Jalen Cheney, stabbing him to death. The mother then fled the scene with her 2 children. 50 minutes later, 4:30 a.m., Johnson was driving on the 405 freeway in Westchester when police say the girls were thrown out of the vehicle. The baby was hit by a car and killed.
Jesus.
Half an hour later at 5 in the morning, Johnson was speeding in the city of Redondo Beach. She crashed into a tree and died. Our Leanne Suter has been closely following this story. Leanne, the sole survivor of this tragedy was the older sister.
absolutely, Mark. Heartbreaking details coming out about this horrific tragedy.
All right, so let's do a little reading up. This is so sad, you guys. This is so sad. We're trying to be a little more broad in our topics over here. Trigger warning for anybody that this may be triggering you. My apologies if it is. But let's go ahead and get into it. As you guys can see, that is the Porsche Cayenne that she was driving. She did crash into a tree. It is saying that social media influencer who may have reached to the solar eclipse is unalived after unaliving her boyfriend and her 8-month-old baby. It says that investigators say that it appears that Danielle Chekara Johnson, who was 34, unalived her living boyfriend at their Woodland Hills, California apartment around 3:40 a.m., then drove off with her 2 daughters who had witnessed the unaliving. Okay, it says that while driving on the 405 freeway, that Johnson then pushed her 9-year-old daughter, who was holding her 8-month-old sibling, out of the car. It says that the older girl lost hold of the baby, who was then struck by a vehicle and pronounced unalived on the scene. It says that Johnson then drove to Redondo Beach, where she later passed away after crashing her Porsche SUV into a tree at a high speed. Okay, the devil is so busy, y'all. Ironically, Johnson was a popular astrologer influencer with more than 100,000 followers on Twitter, you guys. Oh my God. Says that she went by Mystic CX Lipstick and described herself as a divine healer and astrologer. Says that shortly before the solar eclipse that she posted troubling messages. Those are the messages that I just read to you guys. We'll look at them again here in a second. Says that this eclipse is the epitome of spiritual warfare. This is what she says. She says, get your protection on and your heart in the right place. The world is very obviously changing right now. And if you ever needed to pick a side, the time to do is right now in your life. Says that stay strong and you got this. This was her last messages that she posted. Says that in another tweet, she claimed, wake up, wake up, wake up. The apocalypse is here. Says that the 9-year-old survived the ordeal, though she was uninjured. Okay. So the 9-year-old, she did survive this tragedy, but she is going to be scarred mentally for life, knowing that her 8-month-old sibling was unalived, and then her mother, even though her mother tried to unalive her, but the fact that that's still her mother that, you know, is unalived as well. So that's 2 tragedies in one day. She's going to need therapy, obviously. Hopefully she has some family that can rally around her to help raise her, to get her the necessary help that she's going to need behind this tragedy. It's sad. So prayers to the survivor, prayers to her family, prayers to everyone involved. I don't know what happened with this lady, but I'm gonna just say right now, baby, when you lose your mind, I don't know what to tell you. A mind, they say, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Once you lose your mind, baby, it's gone. I don't know what was going on with her, but they talk about spiritual warfare. It's definitely that. She was right when she said you do have to pick a side, but baby, I don't know what side you was on when you did this, unaliving people. Some type of demon was raging up in you. And that's all I got to say about that. Some type of demon was raging up in you. That's why you got to pray, honey. Keep your mind, keep your sanity up in the right place, okay? So that you will not be out here on this mess. But that was a very, very horrible accident. Look at that tree. Look at that tree. So that sounds a little premeditated as well. Lord have mercy. All right. But we are, honey, it's like my grandmother always say, honey, we are in the end times. When you start seeing things like that, wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places. Didn't we just have an earthquake in New York? We just had one, New York, New Jersey. We just had one there. There was another 7.1 in, I think, Japan or somewhere. We're hearing about these things. We're hearing about tsunamis and all these different things. Mothers against daughters, fathers against sons. When you hear about those things, it says that in the good book. I'm not making it up. When you hear about those things, it says that know that the time is not long. So if you don't have your life right, baby, get your life right. Get a daily connection with the man upstairs, baby, so that you don't be caught out there. Okay, pray daily so that your mind do not be in places that it should not be. Okay, obviously she was dibbling and dabbling in some stuff she should not have been, and it kind of overtook her mental, and she is out here, child. Had she survived, she would have been in prison probably for life. But oh my God, so sad, so sad. All right, moving on, honey, moving on. Imagine being at home watching television, and you have an unexpected guest coming to your home. The unexpected guest is an 8-foot alligator. Okay, this lady was sitting at home in Florida. Okay, an 8-foot alligator bust into her home unbeknownst to her through a screen door and made its way into her home. Okay, as the homeowner was sitting in her living room watching television, you guys. She was sitting on her couch watching television, and this 8-foot alligator busted in her home. She didn't even know. Let's get into it. That would scare the hell out of me because I don't be fooling with no outside and with no animals. Child. I got 2 dogs and I fool with them because I know them and I raised them since they were puppies. But I don't be fooling with no animals. I would go to the zoo. I don't want to feed no damn animals. No, I don't want to touch them. I don't want to pet them. None of that. I don't fool with no animals, child. I don't watch too many episodes of when animals attack, and baby, they would tear your ass up. But yeah, alligator up in your house, baby, that is insane. In the membrane. Let's get into this topic, honey. 8-foot alligator, honey, made his way up in the house. He wanted to watch some damn TV too. I don't know what she was watching, baby, but he wanted to watch it too. You guys can see he's a big one. You guys see him right there on the screen right there. It says, "Oh my God, 8-foot alligator bursts through Florida woman's screen door and makes itself at home rather, as she watches TV on the couch." That would scare the hell out of me to come around the corner and the damn 8-foot alligators in my house. Girl, listen, have the whole damn house. I'm out. Caramel is chucking the deuces, okay? Let's get into it, child. Says that, oh my God, a Florida woman who was watching TV on her couch, honey, when watching TV on her couch was left in shock, honey, when an eager 8-foot alligator bust through her screen door and made itself at home in her kitchen. Says that according to Florida news outlet WFLA on Sunday afternoon, which was April 7th, says that Mary Hollaback of Venice was watching TV on her sofa when she heard a rattling noise at her front screen door. Thinking that it was an intruder was trying to break into her home. Says that Hollenbeck quickly got up from her sofa to find out what the noise was about. Woo, child. All right, it goes on to say that as she walked around the home and made her way into the kitchen, rather, that she was greeted by a nearly 8-foot alligator who had made itself at home. Said Hollaback says, "So I'm sitting on my sofa." She says, "It's late in the afternoon." She says, "I'm just watching TV and I heard my front door rattle, my screen door." She says, "And I thought somebody who didn't live here was trying to come in," thinking that they were probably in the wrong house because that happens frequently. Hold up. People just come in there thinking they're in the wrong house and just walking in. Yeah, no, we ain't doing that. And she says that happens frequently. No, ma'am. She says, so by the time I got up and went near the front door, she says that the gator was already inside. She said that he was pushing through and that it broke the magnetic clasp. She says that the door opened and he just came in. She said, I probably got no closer to the front door than you are right now. She said that just close enough to look and see that it wasn't a person trying to get in, that it was an alligator, y'all. So she says that she called 911, but her phone was on the kitchen. She tried to call 911, but her phone was on the kitchen counter just a few inches away from the large gator. So she eventually got her phone to call for help, and 2 deputies from the Sarasota County Police Office and 3 Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commissioners came to remove the gator, which was a measure at 7 foot 11 inches long. Says the Hollaback said that her Venice neighborhood was about 50 ponds in the area. They had about 50 ponds in her area. That's why I can't live in Florida, child. So she says it is pretty unusual to see an alligator roaming around, but was caught off guard when it ended up in her home. That had to be scary. Anybody live in Florida? Anybody in the chat from Florida? Anybody, you can put it in the chat if you're from Florida, put it in there. Rep your city, okay? I could not live in Florida, guys. That's scary because they do. I know one of my coworkers said that he lived in Florida, and he said that like during the summertime it would be so hot that the alligators would hide under your car. He was saying when he lived in an apartment, there was one hiding under his car once. He got ready to get in his car. He could hear the hissing from under his car, and he knew it was a gator. But that's what they would do in order to stay cool. They would hide under your car. So imagine walking up to your car, unlocking your car, get ready to get in, and you hear that hissing sound. That means they get ready to strike because they're looking at your ass from under the car. I said, oh, God, that would have scared me. That would have up and scared me, child. No. Somebody said, yes, I'm in Florida. Erica Rogers, do you see alligators just walking around? Is that something that's common? Somebody said, yes. Kat said she's there. You guys see alligators just roaming around your neighborhood? That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, so let's continue because there's more. All right, so let's stop sharing. Let's stop sharing, honey. We got some more. All right, so we did that one. We did that one. Yeah. All right, so this next topic, we definitely got to talk about this because this was cray-cray. All right, let's get this topic shared. Ooh, child. I'm sorry. Oh, no. I'm reading y'all comments. All right, so let's continue. Let's get on to the next topic, honey. This topic right here, child. Oh, this kind of sent me a little bit. All right, so let's let it catch up. It says, well, I haven't, but they have been seen. Okay. It says, I heard the same thing happen. Child. Ooh, wait. All right, so you guys see my screen. All right, so a Pennsylvania man, you guys, is arrested after his mother is found fused to the bed covered in feces and maggots. Okay, I talk about it. I know it sounds gross, but it is topic of the day. All right, so there's a man by the name of Daniel Klein, who is a 51-year-old upper Pennsylvania man, has been arrested after his mother, who was placed in his care, was found fused to her bed and covered in feces and maggots. He won't take care of this woman, obviously. Now, they're saying on Monday, which was April the 8th, around 12:20 p.m., that Klein was arrested and charged with abuse of a care-dependent person and reckless endangerment offenses, okay? Says that officials say that neighbors called for a well-being check after noticing packages piling up at the front door of the home, child. Ooh, child. Now, it says that the neighbor reportedly tried knocking at the front door and the back doors of the house, but no one answered any of his attempts. It says that when officers arrived at the home, that they found stacked packages and white plastic bags of food littered around the front door, along with a large amounts of trash and flies visibly inside the home through a rear sliding door. After getting no response when they tried knocking on the front door and back doors, it said that police decided to force their way into the house due to the belief that the resident inside was either deceased or having a medical emergency. All right. It says that, however, when the police made their way inside the home, that they were met by Klein, whom they began to question. Now, during their conversation with the Pennsylvania man, it says that officers quickly noticed a foul odor and asked Klein if they could look around the home and check on his mother's well-being. He then escorted them to a bedroom in the back of the home where he reportedly told officers his mother was asleep. Said once inside the bedroom, officers said that they found the Pennsylvania man's mother in a bed, unconscious, but breathing and covered by a soiled blanket. All right, says officers immediately called emergency medical services to the home, and upon their arrival, that Kozer EMS workers removed the blanket on client's mother and discovered that her lower half was covered in dried feces and maggots, and she had ram's horn toenails. Okay, meaning he hadn't been cutting her toenails either. He had been taking care of his mother. All right, says that EMS workers also discovered that the Pennsylvania man's mother had become fused to the bed. So she couldn't get out of the bed because there was so much fecal matter there where she was lying, and maggots were crawling there as well. I don't want to gross nobody out, but that is what this is saying. Let's go ahead to the next tab because I think there's a news coverage with this as well. Okay.
That the mother and son pretty much kept to themselves, although they had not seen her in months. Still, they never, ever imagined anything like this was going on inside the house, what police are telling us. And we have to warn you, the details are really difficult to hear. Not a typical sight in this well-kept over 55 community in Upper Chichester. This house on Dressner Circle condemned. Danger signs posted by the township on the front door and back window.
It's a sad situation. It really is.
I didn't have any idea what was going on in that house. Everybody's horrified.
Police discovering the unthinkable inside after getting a call packages were piling up outside the front door. Police say when no one answered the door and after noticing flies on the windows, they forced their way in out of concern.
This is all a big shock.
Police say 51-year-old Daniel Klein was inside. They asked if his mom was. Neighbors tell me that the mother and son pretty much kept to themselves okay, and could they check on her? That's when police found Klein's elderly mom lying in a bed, unconscious but breathing, covered with a soiled blanket with maggots on her and fused to the bed. Her next-door neighbor's son is the one who called police.
They found her, she's almost dead. You should see the pictures my son took of the inside. He said he couldn't believe it. A policeman saw it. He said he never saw anything in 40 years. It was so bad.
How do you live in a home with maggots and flies flying around in that odor?
The victim rushed to the hospital. Neighbors say she lived in the home for some time, moved to Florida, but returned about a year ago with her son.
We never saw the woman. We would see him occasionally, and we would say, "How's your mom doing?" He'd say, "Fine." And one time I said, "Is she ill?" And he said, "No, she's okay."
I just don't understand it, you know.
He knew what he was doing.
One human being to another, how do you treat, let alone somebody who's your parent?
Daniel Klein was arrested. He's charged with okay, and could they check on her? That's when police found Klein's elderly mom lying in a bed, unconscious but breathing, covered with a soiled blanket with maggots on her and fused to the bed. Her next-door neighbor's son is the one who called police.
They found her
with abusive care and endangering another person.
I think the main point here is reach out when you're in trouble. Somebody should have called for an ambulance a long time ago, and thank God the neighbor did.
There is no word tonight on how the elderly woman is doing. Klein is at the George Hill Correctional Facility after failing to post 10% of his $50,000 bail. Sheba?
Shouldn't have even had a bail.
All right, Dawn, just a shame there in Upper Chichester. Thank you.
With abusive care.
He shouldn't have had any bail. We hear about stuff like this all the time, elderly abuse. Like, why have your mother come and stay with you if you're not going to properly take care of her? It's obvious that you weren't giving her baths, because if she was fused to the bed, that means that she was there for quite some time. And then for maggots to form with flies and stuff, like, you just laying there letting this woman just soil herself. And you probably, I saw y'all putting it in there, he was probably cashing her checks. And then neighbors were asking, like, we don't never see your mom. We know she's living there. Is she ill? Is she okay? And he was telling the neighbors, oh, she's fine. She's okay. Meanwhile, this woman is laying in there unconscious in fecal matter, barely alive, and he is just out and about, boxes piling up. No doubt people are probably bringing food to the house, and then they started noticing when they saw flies and stuff flying around the windows and stuff, it just became very obvious that something weird was going on in that house. And they said that her toenails had grown out so far to where they call it, what do they call it, something hoofs, okay, something hoofs. What was it? Ram's horn toenails, to where, you know, when your toenails grow out and they start, you know, twirling like that. But he wasn't taking proper care of her. So why move her into the home and step up to be her care provider, and you're not doing that? Like, that's elderly abuse. And the fact that you would do that to your own mother. And I know she was suffering. She had to be suffering. That had to be horrible. Oh, I hate stuff like that. Oh, I hate stuff like that. Oh, Oh, I'm glad he's in jail. I'm glad he can't post a bail. I'm glad. Like, that's so damn sad. Thankfully, the neighbors are nosy. Sometimes it's good to have nosy neighbors too. That's a good thing. People always say, "Damn, I'm so sick and tired of my damn nosy neighbors." Sometimes it's good to have nosy neighbors because when certain things go on in the neighborhood, you want somebody to see something so they can be witness to it. So just in case you need a witness, somebody to step up and say something. Okay. My neighbor was nosy too, and I thank God. But she, rest in peace to her. She passed away. But baby, she would let me know everything that was going on in the neighborhood. Okay. Like, she let me know when who was it? FedEx backed into my damn mailbox and busted down. She had all that shit on video and let me know. And she helped me get all that stuff fixed because she had the damn video. I was like, ma'am, thank you. She was like, yeah, they came at such and such time and they backed up. They were backing out of her driveway and backed into my damn mailbox and knocked the shit down and flew off. And she gave me all the information because she had it all. I was like, thank you, Jesus, for nosy neighbors, baby. Thank you, God. But yeah, it's good to have nosy neighbors. Shout out to the neighbors, honey, for seeing it. Because this lady probably would have been unalived in days, just laying there, unable to get up and care for herself and her sorry ass son, walking around telling the neighbors that mom is okay. And mom was up in there dying, Lord. Jesus, let's move on. All right. We got some Apollo Nida news for you guys. All right. Got some Apollo Nida news. Shout out to one of my subscribers who sent this to me, and also shout out to No Chaser TV. All right, because that's where they found it. Let's go ahead and get into it. I kind of figured that some shit was gonna go down behind this. I talked about this story quite a while back when it came out. You guys remember when Apollo was discovered to have been cheating on a doorbell cam. All right, we're gonna pull it up here in a second, which I should have done and I forgot. Shit, hold on, because I want to be able to look at that. All right, give me 1 second. Let me pull that up right quick. Let me put it right quick because I definitely want to look at that because I want to share that with you guys. Let me pull it up. All right. Hold on. Oh, Lord. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. My topics up. Right, boom. Okay, boom. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Okay, yeah. All right, boom. So we got it. Let me pull that over. Oh, child. I was like, Lord. Okay. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so you guys know a little bit back, we talked about Apollo Nida. Y'all know who Apollo is. He was married to Phaedra Parks, okay? He spent 2 times in prison, honey, for fraud. He is now married to a woman named Shireen El Moti. Apollo, as you guys know, was most recently caught cheating on her on a doorbell cam. You guys remember that happened? Let's go ahead on over to my tab so we can pull that up. Shout out to Lipstick Alley, okay? Let me go ahead and share so you guys can see with me, just to refresh you guys' memory on that. Okay. All right. So shout out to Lipstick Alley. Apollo was seen on a doorbell cam, you guys, cheating with his side chick. All right. While he's married to his wife, Shireen. Now, him and Shireen have been talking about having a baby too. But apparently Apollo won't think about that because it said that this side chick done went out there and posted some messages saying that she was pregnant by Apollo. Let's get into this. All right. Let's get into this. That's him. That's him and the side chick. He's at the side chick house. They look very, very comfortable. They look very comfortable. Okay. You can tell he done been there before. They done had a little, little something before. All right. Says that Apollo Nida is being blasted for allegedly creeping on his wife, Shireen, and caught on a Ring camera and Netflix and chilling, honey, with the side chick. Look at him. She got her head up in his lap. He got his feet up. So they done been around the block a few times. You can tell when a person is comfortable like that. You can lay your head up in his lap. He done took his shoes off. He getting comfortable. His ass supposed to be home with his wife, and he up over there booed up, child. That's his wife right here. That's the side chick right here. But he up over there chilling with the side chick, child, and she's supposed to be pregnant or whatever. Now the side chick is the one that put his business out there for everybody to see. To let everybody know that his ass was out there cheating. All right. So this is him on the doorbell cam over there at the side chick house. All right. Cheating ass. All right, so let's go on to the next tab. All right, so homegirl put out all the little messages, honey, to let everybody know that his ass was out here on the mess. All right, so she's telling him, I love you. All right, so this is coming from Apollo's phone. This is screenshots where he's saying, I love you. She's saying, I love you too, baby. Says that I have an idea that I want to pitch to you for your future success. This person responds back by saying, okay, when can we see each other? We can talk. Or says it, okay, cool. When we see each other, we can talk. Says Happy New Year. Says I love and miss you. You are awesome. This person responded by saying, which I'm thinking is Apollo because it says up here Apollo, says that I love and miss you as well. Says Happy New Year, my love. Things are going to be great in 2024. Kiss and emoji. All right. So this person, the girlfriend responds by saying, yes, they are. We're going to have a baby. LOL. Says that I can see the reaction on your face right now. She says, I'm just busting out laughing. All right, goes on to say that why would you keep it there? Says that I'd rather you tell the truth and just say that you lied. Says that I didn't lie to you about a gift. Shaking my head. Says that it is Tom Ford perfume, rose prick or something like that. Says that thank you. Let me know when you are coming. Says that can I head that way now? He says yes. Says driving. They say okay. It says I'm 3 minutes away. He says okay. Says the door is open. And so these are the messages that he was sending to the side chick. And when you guys just saw him on the doorbell cam, which was right here, okay, where he went in. All right, so he's letting her know I'm on my way. You know, leave the door open. I'm coming. All right. All right, so it goes on to say that tomorrow for sure. Says that I'm super tired, but if you want to come over, you can. Says okay, get some rest. Says that okay, please be safe. He says I will. I don't know what this number 2 meant. Says that all is well. I'm heading to talk to Phaedra in regards to my children. Says that today has been hectic but very productive at the same time. Says that everything is okay. Says that I'm glad that it was productive. The girl responds by saying that I have to get my car serviced tomorrow. Are you able to pick me up? Says that they said that it'll take 4 hours. And then he asks her, where are you at? Okay. All right, so you guys know about that whole situation. There's Apollo. That's actually Apollo. Y'all know how Apollo looked, hot child. That's him over there at the side chick house. She done opened the door and let him in. When they went in, this was their interaction. All right, they hugged up, booed up, whatever. All right, so let's get into the new developments that's going on with Apollo, honey. Let's stop sharing because we don't want to see his cheating ass no more when he up over there booed up with the side chick. All right, so now they're saying that now Apollo, honey, appears to be in some very hot water after documents reveal that he and now wife Shireen El Moti had a dispute, honey, at their home on March 11th, causing Apollo to be arrested for family violence. Okay. Many people are saying that it had a lot to do with this situation with the side chick where the new wife, Shireen, found out that there was some cheating going on, that Apollo was up over there at the side chick's house. The side chick also put out there that she was pregnant. So, of course, you know that's going to invoke an argument between the two of them. Apollo, you already see how he turned up when he got that drill and was coming after Phaedra on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all already know how he gets down. So I'm pretty sure when Shireen, his new wife, approached him about that, it caused him to get upset. And, of course, she had to call the police. And he was indeed arrested on March 11th of 2024. Okay, last month. Says that the dispute is said to have stemmed, like I said, from a recent cheating allegations with Apollo and the alleged mistress who exposed him on her doorbell camera and the inside of her camera, cheating and being booed up, and also the text messages between the two after they were leaked. Okay. All right, we just showed you guys the video of that. Now, there is a court docket that actually shows that Apollo was indeed arrested on 3/11 of 2024 for family violence. We already know how he gets down. When Phaedra said, "Go away from me, Apollo," he had a drill in his hand walking up towards her. Phaedra appeared to be afraid of him. Apollo is psycho. You guys already saw how he jumped on old boy at Nene Leakes' party and damn near Brandon. Y'all remember the guy Brandon, which was Kenya Moore's friend? He damn near beat him to a pulp at Nene Leakes' pajama party. So Apollo is very crazy. Apollo has been institutionalized a few times. Apollo got hands. Apollo is a 2-time felon. Apollo is for the streets, okay? He's a 2-time felon, baby. He just served a 5.5-year sentence for fraud, etc. All right. He talked about on the Real Housewives of Married to Medicine, when he was on Married to Medicine at their reunion, how they had to throw him in the shoe, which they call the hole. And that's usually when you get to acting up in prison and they throw you up in there for maybe fighting or doing something that you should not be doing. To where it's just so bad to where they have to throw you in the hole. So he said on the show on Married to Medicine's reunion that he had to be in the shoe for a few days for acting out in prison. So we know Apollo has that potential to act up. And his wife, his now wife Shireen, had to call the police on his ass. And he has now a family violence charge against him as of March the 11th, okay, of this year. Now, Shireen and Apollo actually got married October of 2022 in a small ceremony with a few of her friends and her family, and Apollo's mom and dad and brother were there at that wedding. Phaedra's sons that she has with Apollo were not at the wedding, okay? They were not present to the wedding. Apollo didn't even show up on Married to Medicine's episodes or their show, but it was weird seeing him at the reunion and you weren't there. You didn't even show up when Phaedra had a birthday party for you guys' son, because everybody was asking, where's Apollo? Why is he not here? So it was strange to see him pop up sitting behind Phaedra at the reunion when you didn't even show up. Weird. So since this new alleged mistress has been revealed, it's said that he's got these charges up on him. So his new wife Shireen, I do remember when they were on the show, Marriage Boot Camp, where they were talking about she wanted to become a mom. She wanted to have Apollo's baby, but now he is supposed to be having a baby with this side chick, guys. And I think the side chick was mad because Apollo, y'all know how men be when they're cheating, they're promising the woman different things. They're saying, oh, I'm going to leave my wife. Oh, I love you. You guys saw the messages between them where he was telling her, I love you. She was saying, I love you. So she was probably under the guise that he was going to be leaving his now wife to be with her. And she maybe felt like it was more concrete whenever she found out she was pregnant by Apollo, and he decided not to leave his wife and to stay with her. So then she decided to expose him. That's usually how it is with side chicks. I mean, look at how Ariane did. When she got pregnant, she was messing with Martel and she found out she was pregnant. There she went, started exposing Martel, putting all the business out there. Oh, he's eating my ass. Oh, this, and this. Details that only that you and this man, if you're cheating with him, that should stay between the two of you. But then when side chicks get mad that the man don't leave the wife, then they want to start exposing. And that's what this side chick was doing. She exposed the text messages between she and Apollo. She exposed the doorbell cam showing that he was coming to her house when you knew he had a wife. You knew about Phaedra. You knew he had children with Phaedra. This side chick knew his life. And it's so crazy how side chicks want to come out and expose everything. When you knew you were wrong from the jump messing with this man. You knew he was married to Shireen. You saw him on TV. But you was mad that he wasn't going to leave his wife to be with you. So now it's let's do this exposing mess. And now you still look stupid because where's he at? Still over there fighting with her. Still over there fighting with his wife. He still ain't left his wife to be with you. He done went to jail and everything. And he's still over there with his wife. Side chicks, please stop the mess, okay? All right, so yeah, she's alleged to be carrying his child, and it's a hot damn mess. It's a hot damn mess. But let's move on, child. Side chicks think they be winning out here, and you not, honey. Keep on having these damn these break babies and these get back babies be trying to get back with the wife or at the wife rather, and you ain't doing nothing but creating more work for you. Because look at Ariane, you did all of that and still don't have Martel. That should be a lesson. You did all of that talking and coming for the wife to break up their marriage. And now that Melody's done divorced this clown, he still ain't with you and getting on Tasha K interviews with everybody else telling him, oh, I got to get to know her still. I said it the other day. How the hell you need to get to know her when you done got her pregnant multiple times and she done had a whole baby by you? Like, why you need to get to know? You should know her. You should know every inch of her now. Like, hello? You played yourself. Now you got a responsibility of taking care of a wild child over there that be going upside your head and getting on your damn nerves, and he ain't nowhere to be found. While we're talking about him, let's go ahead and get into him, because there was a spotting of Martel, honey. He is outside after this alleged 72-hour hold on his ass, where he was trying to say he wasn't in no facility with no tight jacket on, where they snap it in the back, is what he was trying to say. He was trying to say he won't there. But shout out to Donna Rose, where she put out there where she said that Martel, honey, was seen outside in Mississippi down there at the casino at a checking into a hotel down there, and that some fans recognized him and called out to him and said, "Hey, is that Martel?" Said Martel turned around and smiled, and if you see Martel, you know him. All right. So said he turned around and he did verify that it was him. It was confirmed that it was Martel. The fan actually said that they described him wearing a black jogging suit. Ariana, no other woman was with him, but he was checking into a hotel room at a casino. I guess he was there to go and gamble. You guys know before he and Ariana were seen at a casino where it looked like she had won, she said $40,000, in which they've already blown through that money. So I guess he's back there to try to get some more money, child, because they broke. And he got rent coming up, and he done frauded everybody else, so he ain't got no money, child, looking crazy. But they said he did recently pop up, child, at somewhere in Mississippi at a hotel, at a casino down there. He didn't have no woman with him. Ariana went with him. Of course, she ain't gonna be with him because they fighting right now. Him and Ariana are fighting right now, okay? But y'all know most recently, like I said the other day, it was weird that Martel popped up on a live to debunk rumors of him being in a mental institution, being held, because you guys know that the courts asked him to have a psych evaluation. And a lot of times they will put you on some type of 72-hour hold or whatever. But my thing is this: content creators have been talking about this for days, and Martel did not come out to even debunk that until after maybe 72 hours. And it's weird. He did the same thing when that whole situation between he and Ariana happened. He didn't come out and say anything when it happened. He want to wake up one morning talking about, "Oh, I woke up like this, and no, me and Ariana were not fighting." Y'all remember that whole thing. We ain't got to go back through it. If you follow my channel, you guys remember when we talked about it. But the whole DV incident between he and Ariana, he waited days to come out and talk about it, to say, "No, I was not locked up in jail," when visibly you had scratch marks and everything on you, clearly showing that there was some type of altercation or something that happened. Like, the people are not stupid. You never hear Ariana on any of your lives, and then out of the blue, here she pops up on the live staring at the floor with her face all swollen up, and you got scratches all over your arm. Obviously, something did happen, because then we found out that you weren't supposed to be at her apartment anymore. So some type of altercation happened, because then the neighbors were saying that they heard screaming and hollering and arguing at your home, allegedly. So there was some type of order where Martel could not be seen at Ariana's house. And then we saw where Ariana was driving in her car, where she went live to go meet Martel to pick up Knox at some park. So why couldn't he come to your house to pick up Knox versus you driving 25 minutes or so to a local park to go and get Knox from Martel? He was not able to come to your home because of court documents, because of some type of altercation. I'm just saying. She was driving in her car on live, going to meet Martel. Why he couldn't meet at your house? But you said there was no altercation. Weird. But I don't know. We continue to put 2 and 2 together. Martel was on live, rambling, going back and forth. "Oh, I'm here at my daughter's tennis match." Phone buffering, y'all remember. Yeah, I was there, just trying to be with my daughter, and Melody came and got the kids and took Tank over to his baseball game. He want to talk about everything else, looking all around. I said, okay, this looks suspicious. He talked about Destiny calling him a few times. He never answered the phone, and then he decided to finally call her back. She was distraught and crying because she heard via social media that he was, in the psych ward, and he was saying, no, he never was. I don't know, but many believe that he was on some type of 72-hour hold since the courts ordered him to have that psych evaluation done. And we all know his ass is full-blown crazy out here. I'll say allegedly because I want to sound cute, but we already know Martel is batshit crazy. We've seen it many times on the show. All right, but now, like I said, he and Ariana, they are beefing. Ariana decided to go on social media to blast him after she got upset when she found out that he was once again trying to co-parent amicably with Melody. Let me go ahead and pull the message up. All right, because when I saw the message before, I was kind of feeling like maybe, just maybe, okay, that Tara. All right, let's pull it up. Hold up. All right. I showed it the other day. For some odd reason, I thought she was coming from Mel. But upon looking at other sources, y'all know anytime Martel is trying to get along with Mel and co-parent amicably, Ariana's gonna always be mad because she does not want Mel and Martel to get along. All right. So this is Ariana's message that she put up about Martel. She says you got to put your kids first in real life, not just on the internet. Okay. So Martel was going on and on talking about his children, how he's going to their different games and different sport events, and how he was there being supportive with Mariah while she was at her tennis event, and that he's, you know, trying to be a better parent. He's trying to be a great dad. He says, I got children. You guys like fall back with saying all this stuff because I'm trying to be a good dad that I got to feed. I have 5 children. That's what he was saying in his life. So then Ariana want to come out and say, you know, how about try to be a great dad in real life and not just behind the scenes and all this other crazy mess. She does not like when Mel and Martel are in a great space and not arguing. She likes the chaos between them because she feels like that pushes her to the side for some reason. When Melody, y'all remember when Melody's phone kind of butt dialed and they found out that Martel was there at some event of one of the kids or whatever. Ariana found out about that and she went crazy and was online, like just doing all these little posts when she found out that Martel was there with Melody when her phone butt dialed and you could hear Martel talking in the background. Y'all remember that live happened? People calling Mel and asking was she okay because they heard Martel talking in the background. And Sugar Mama was there as well. And he was asking Sugar Mama to come sit on his lap or something like that so that he could sit closer to Mel. So when Ariana got wind of that, she went batshit crazy and was throwing all these subliminals and putting all these posts on live. Y'all remember that? She don't like when Mel and Martel are getting along. So she loves the chaos between them. As long as Martel is online putting out messages, crazy messages about Mel and bashing her, she loves it. As soon as he go live to say, me and Mel are co-parenting amicably, we got 5 kids, we trying to do this, I'm trying to be a better parent. Here she comes, trying to downplay him, trying to be a great parent. I want them to get along, to be honest, because you got these kids, they're here now. All the fighting and bickering back and forth, enough of that. You guys are divorced now. You guys have 4 children together now. Just co-parent. That's all you can do at this point. If Mel say, hey, come and pick the kids up, I got to do this. You don't need to know who she's going to have watching the kids. Just understand that she's a mother. She's not going to have nobody around them kids that's going to do nothing bad to the kids. You don't need to know who it is that she's got as a babysitter. And you don't need to announce on social media that she got 20 babysitters. That ain't none of your business. That's none of your business. Allow her to be a great mother to your children and understand and trust the fact that she is going to take great care of your children. You don't need to go on social media. It's nobody's business on social media what happens between Mel and Martel as they co-parent. It doesn't. And Ariana, you need to fall back and only focus on co-parenting with Martel when it becomes an issue between you and him and Knox. That should be your only concern. That should be your only concern. Now you beefing and throwing out subliminals and putting messages out there, acting like a little, acting like a teenager. Her ass act like she been on Teen Mom. Like, girl, grow up. You got 2 children. You are the mother of 2 children, and you pressed and worried about this man trying to be, a father to his 4 children and do it amicably. I mean, enough of the fight. Don't nobody want to fight all the damn time. It gets to be annoying at some point. Melody's tired of the shit. They're going back and forth to court. Ariana likes that because it makes her feel validated. It makes her feel validated to see Martel arguing and fighting back and forth with Mel. She loves that. She loves that. Until he over there going upside your head, child. Until he's over there going upside your head, then you want to be going on you want to be going on social media looking for, sympathy. You want people to feel sorry for you. And we always know when something is going on with Ariana because she hop on there with her hair flying, looking crazy. You over there doing Easter baskets, child, for Halloween. That's how we know your ass is crazy up over there. Who is doing Easter baskets for Halloween? Who is doing gingerbread houses for Halloween? Girl, Martel got your ass over there crazy. Me and the kids, me and the M&M kids, me and Mel kids over here doing gingerbread houses over there for Halloween. I said, girl, if you don't sit your ass down, don't nobody do that on Halloween. You get your candy bucket and you go out there and go trick-or-treating. Don't nobody do that shit on no damn Halloween. Anybody be doing gingerbread houses on Halloween? I said, girl, if you don't go somewhere and get a damn drug test and sit your ass down somewhere, then you out here doing Easter baskets, child, on live looking crazy. I said, girl, you want to be a great mama so bad, but don't know how. But let's move on, child. Who am I? Who am I, child, to give you any parenting advice? I ain't trying to tell you shit. Keep being the trash ass mama that you are. And moving on. Ain't got no more fun. See how we just breezed right on through that? Yeah, y'all know the show Teen Mom. Her ass look like she been on Teen Mom. Running around here with that ponytail sticking up in her head. Hair flying like she done did 47 cartwheels across the damn living room. Moving on, child. Porsha Williams, honey. This is our last topic. We're going to get on out of here and even going to hold y'all. Porsha Williams, honey, may be facing some serious trouble, I'm finding out. All right. It says that Porsha Williams could be facing some jail time covering for Simon Gufradia, honey, after his alleged crimes of fraud and immigration fiascos and crimes. Now, y'all know the two of them were married. They are currently going through a divorce. All right. Y'all said Slaw and Miles Morales wearing pull-ups. Yeah, he's still wearing pull-ups too. He's talking about, oh, he is potty trained. But then when you pick him up, he got on a full-fledged pull-up. I said, girl, that's not potty trained. That's not potty trained. Potty trained, if he potty trained, why he got on pull-ups? And he almost 4. Like, girl, bye. You home all day. I'm trying to get off Ariane. I'm really trying to get off her. But Ariane, that don't make no sense, baby. And I'm going to get on the Porsha too. But if your son is almost 4 years old, Knox should be on, he should be way up here. Because one, you don't work. He should be potty trained. He should be able to read like simple books. He should be able to recognize words. You home all day long doing nothing but trolling the internet, starting shit, mad at Martel because he won't do what you want him to do and that he's trying to co-parent with Mel. Bottom line is your son should be ahead of everybody when his ass go to school because you should be teaching him to read. He should know his ABCs. He should be able to count to 20 by now because you don't work. You ain't gonna have shit going on. That boutique over there ain't doing nothing. You should be teaching your son. Now, he done been kicked in and out of daycare because he's bad as hell because you don't teach him no discipline. And bottom line is he should not be on the spectrum. If you are home all day long, he should not be stealing pull-ups. He should not still be running around here and his speech is not where it needs to be. He should be in speech therapy. You should be talking and interacting with him and not strangers online trying to become famous. You want to be YouTube famous. You want to be IG famous. You want to be TikTok famous and your son is suffering because you don't spend enough time with him. Period. And that go for any other parent that want to sit out there and spend most of your time talking to strangers online and worrying about what strangers have to say about you when your son running around saying his stomach hurt because he's hungry and his speech is not where it needs to be and he can't even stay in daycare long enough because he have behavioral issues. You don't spend time with him. You don't talk to him. You too focused on Martel. Stop worrying about a man and focus on your kids. Let's move on, child. All right, let's get back to Porsha. Now, they're saying that Porsha could be facing some jail time because she's been covering up for Simon for his alleged crimes of fraud, for immigration and other fiascos that he's been involved in. Right now, they're saying that sources say that Porsha, honey, was fully aware of her husband Simon's activities of applying for residency under a false name and covered that information up to protect him. And then when things between the two of them begin to go bad in their relationship / marriage went sour, that she exposed him, which now may have her into some trouble, you guys, as well. That's what we're hearing, okay? Now, everything was all fine and Gucci when you done went and got him from old Fallon up over there. And as soon as you and Simon fell out, now you trying to tell immigration, oh, by the way, he was doing some fraud shit and he ain't really supposed to be here. Like immigration go get him. But immigration is like, okay, so you were covering up crimes for him allegedly. Now your ass might be in trouble. Now they say that Porsha and Simon are allegedly facing being investigated for Simon's alleged criminal activity, suggesting that Porsha assisted him in helping Simon conceal illegal activities in their marriage, during their marriage. Now, several sources also say that Porsha was forewarned about Simon and his activities before they got married, but she proceeded to marry him anyway, okay? So, and then of course we all know, like I said, that Fallon and Simon were also married when Porsha actually started messing with him. And Porsha was alleged to have already asked Fallon to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta and then turned around and took her man, okay? She told Fallon to, hey, come on to be on the show. It would be good for you. It would be good for you to kind of build your platform for people to get to know you. And she befriended her and then came up in there and took her man. You got to watch women like that, okay? Gotta watch women like that. Gotta watch women like that. She was over there twerking all in Fallon's pool and then turned around and married her man. All right. Now, you guys know the whole story, like I said, between Simon posting that he and Fallon were breaking up on social media, which he goes to social media about everything like a little child. I ain't never seen a man that's 50-something years old and everything that go on in your life that's supposed to be private between you and said person, you got to put it on social media. We don't give a damn. I don't care what's going on between you and Porsha. Y'all figure that out behind the scenes, all right? But Porsha then, once Simon posted on social media that he and Fallon were officially done and over, it says that Porsha reached out to Simon via DM to see if he was okay versus checking on Fallon, which was supposed to be her friend, okay? Fallon's supposed to be your friend. You done asked her to come on and be on the show on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So when Simon then put that post out there to say, oh, me and Fallon ain't together no more, we're officially donezo, Porsha gonna go hopping up in the DMs and gonna ask Simon, is he okay? Are you all right? You and Fallon ain't together no more. Are you okay? Like you care about him so much. Why you care about his feelings all of a sudden versus checking on Fallon that's supposed to be your friend that you asked to be on the damn show, which is so weird to me. All right. What you checking on Simon for? You knew what you were doing. Hopped in them DMs because you wanted to be with him. With your trifling ass. And now you done saw the light and you want people to feel sorry for you that you and Simon going through it now when he was going through the same thing with Fallon. It was just a repeated cycle. It was just your turn. See how the Lord worked? You done got engaged to this man after only a month of dating him, which was stupid as well. You didn't do your homework on Simon. You didn't do your homework. You were too busy twerking in the pool, in that woman pool over there with your ass out, being a little thought, and now your ass is about to be looked into for investigations for him doing some fraudulent stuff under your watch. Now, they're saying that 3 weeks after Simon and Fallon divorced, that Porsha went public with Simon, saying that she and Simon were all in love and saying that she and Fallon weren't even friends, in fact. Now, all of a sudden, y'all ain't friends. There's no new friends now after you and Simon then became public because you didn't want people to look at you wrong. But it was real funny how you stepped back from Real Housewives of Atlanta, which was, you know, your little platform, because you didn't want the women to sit there and eat your ass up on the show about you being trifling and coming for that woman husband after you done filmed with her at her house on the show. So it was weird. It was weird seeing you step back from the show and every other platform that you were on Bravo because you didn't want people talking about you. You didn't want people talking about you, so now your money is kind of looking funny. You done ran back to the show. Now, sources are saying that issues with the U.S. government and deportation have resurfaced, causing Simon to stay on a constant move of traveling to avoid being picked up, okay? They are investigating him. Now, they're saying that Simon is currently in Dubai. His daughter, I just saw because I follow Simon. He just had his daughter fly over to Dubai. I think he said it was like a 16-hour flight where she had to fly or something like that to come and see him. So he stays on the move. And he just recently said he's going to Kenya next. So Simon does not stay in one place because Simon knows he has several fraudulent cases against him for the U.S. government. They are investigating him. So he feels that, hey, if I stay on the plane and keep moving, they can't get their hands on me. Simon stay on the go. He'll come back to Atlanta for a little bit, then he right back out of there again. He ain't going to stay still long enough for the feds to come and snatch him up. All right, so Simon is accused of fraud of residency permits, all right? They said that Simon's temporary residency permits were obtained illegally, causing his U.S. status to be under investigation, and sources say that Porsha knew about it and helped Simon cover it up, causing her to be investigated as well. That's a crime. That's a crime, okay? Guilty by association, girl. If you know about that, you're a U.S. citizen, and you have to do your due diligence by reporting that. And if you don't, then you could also be investigated and or charged as well. They said that Simon may be facing 10 years, and Porsha may be facing some time too if she knew about these said allegations, because it was credit card fraud and everything else that Simon has been said to be involved in. If that happened during the time that he and Porsha were married and she knew about it, she could be charged. So Simon fraud, they said, goes back all the way to the 80s. They said that his U.S. citizenship would never be granted because of identity fraud and numerous other crimes that he's been charged with and is being charged with. They said that he kept filling out these things called 6-month visas in order to stay into the U.S., committing fraud under different names, different aliases, okay? It says that Simon is said to have a very thick immigration file and charges that are still looming and pending against him at this time. And it says that with Porsha being involved allegedly, that it has put Simon on the Fed's top priority list, and they have him under surveillance because Porsha blasted Simon after the two of them broke up, causing him to be on the run. Okay, she got mad with him and she was on her get back, and you know, with her doing that, it kind of made the feds kind of look her way, like, hey, you were married to him, so maybe we need to look into you and see if you may have had something to do with hiding some of his crimes as well. So it says that Simon's applications with immigration was denied several times, but he kept coming back to the U.S., okay, for naturalization, and they kept denying it because he was filling out paperwork under different names, okay? It says that 2022, before marrying Porsha, that Simon requested U.S. citizenship again. The government denied it again. That says that recently in March of 2023, that Simon tried once again to get his citizenship, and once again he was denied. Now they're saying that the government launched an investigation against Simon and Porsha, and has questioned Porsha about Simon's illegal activities, and she could also be charged for covering for Simon to be in the U.S. illegally. He's not supposed to be here, for identity fraud, okay, in other charges as well. So sources reveal, like I said, that Porsha knew about Simon's several fake identities, but she helped to cover it up. And as a U.S. citizen, it was her due diligence in order to report that, and she refused to do it. So now the feds are also looking into her. Simon is, like I said just now, is possibly facing up to 10 years if and when they snatch his ass up, and he will be barred from being back in the U.S. forever because of his numerous attempts to defraud the government and to defraud to get his naturalization to be in the U.S. So they're saying that Porsha could be charged with aiding and abetting Simon's crimes. While she was trying to blast him, she kind of, you know, directed the feds to be looking into her ass. So I don't know what's gonna come of that. I'm gonna definitely keep my ears to the streets on that. And now you about to be on this show. I hope you don't slip up and say some shit that you should not say regarding you and Simon. Maybe you want to steer all the way away from Simon with all the stuff that he got going on. But Simon is being very smart in terms of how he's dealing with this and not sitting still long enough for immigration or the feds to swoop in and snatch him up. But prayers to them, child, I guess. Porsha, I hope you weren't aiding and abetting Simon in any of his crazy situations out there, because baby, listen, that Fed time hit way different, and you got to serve all that time. You ain't gonna get no probation on Fed time. All right, that start at 10 years and it go right on up. So I don't think you ready for the penitentiary like that, sis, to be up in there getting booed up. You might want to go on and that's when she started distancing herself from Simon, because she knew that it's gonna be pretty soon they're gonna snatch his ass up, and she knew the stuff that he was involved in. But that is our show for this morning. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to get you guys a lot of great topics and a lot of great tea this morning. So shout out to you all. Thank you so much to all of my mods for working so hard to keep the trolling down. Linda Gamble, Bill Wilson. Did I have anybody else? I think Tyra might have been here. Thank you guys so much. Any content creators that joined me this morning, thank you guys as well. Thank you to all my caramelians for being here and supporting the channel. We got 571 in the building. Thank you guys. Please, everybody, hit the like button so that we can keep the show the Caramel Rush show into the algorithm. Okay. Thank you guys. Enjoy your day. Happy Thursday to you all. Be blessed and never stressed. And I will see you guys later on for our pop-in video. Okay. Let's get you guys some music to get y'all out of here. Love you guys down, and goodbye.